Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Norristown basketball fans. This is Jim Nelson and Frank Winkle, the voices of the Eagles, with a historic first, Frank. It's our first doubleheader ever. This afternoon, we're here for the Lady Eagles as they face visiting Boyertown, and tonight we will be here for the boys' game when Westchester Henderson comes in to Norristown. Frank, I notice you and your capable job are carrying around some stats on women's basketball.
Well, Jim, I thought I'd look up something about women's basketball. I haven't watched too much of it. In fact, I think I've only seen one game.
Well,
but I can tell you this, women's basketball started in around 1893, the first game being at Smith College, and no men were allowed in to watch it.
I'm sure the girls today would not be happy with that. But Frank, the game has evolved over the years. The game that we are going to see today is a remarkably different game from the game that you're going to tell us a little bit about.
Jim, in the early basketball, there was a team at each end of the court. The girls did not cross the mid-court line. It started out with 3 players, 3 at each end of the court. And when your team got the ball, you threw it to your other team at the other end of the court. There was also no dribbling. Once you caught the ball, you had to stop and either shoot it or throw it to another player.
I remember when I was in 7th grade, and that was a long time ago, I used to ref some of the girls' basketball games, and I always thought what a lousy sport it was because the girls competing were every bit as good as we were. You remember when you were young, the girls could outrun us. They were very good athletes.
I remember one girl in particular who played basketball with us that really put us to shame when I was about 12 years old.
And so it's good to see that the game has come down to what it was. Frank, let's move us up to the present time and talk a little bit about this Lady Eagles team we're going to see today. Coach Koch is really excited. This is a very young team, one senior, but he's still excited about the possibilities.
And Jim, what Coach Koch wants to do, he wants to play aggressive defense. He wants those girls all over the other team. And from the game I saw, other than college games, generally in girls basketball, it's defense that wins it. The games are not high scoring, but it's the team that can steal the ball the most that wins the game.
Yeah, you mentioned the pressure defense. He does plan on going to pressure, maybe falling back into zone if the team handles the pressure. Lady Eagles so far have had 2 successful scrimmages against Upper Dublin and Methacton. Koch feels very, very good about those games, but he did say that the opponent today, Boyertown, is a tough, well-coached team. For the Eagles, who should we look for? Who can we expect to see being the scorers and the rebounders?
Jim, I'm not sure.
Luckily for you,
this is a new team, and I know you talked about the personnel with the coach.
Yeah, luckily for you, I did my homework, and I think the 2 players to watch are Tracy DeSano, one of the senior tri-captains, and Jennifer Munson, a sophomore. I think those are the girls who are going to be the leading scorers and the leading rebounders.
And of course, Tracy was one of perhaps our top volleyball players, so she's pretty good at jumping.
All-around athlete, and Frank, as you know, because you have her in class, and I had her last year, something that we're proud of, a very good student and really a great young lady.
She's one of our top students, and I sure hope she has a good game today.
We want to encourage you fans as this year goes along to come on out and follow the Lady Eagles. They are playing some night games, and it's a chance to see basketball in a little bit different kind of light than you normally have. All of you have just followed the guys. I think the Eagles this year are going to be tops on both ends. The boys basketball team is going to have a good year, and this girls team we expect a lot from. So come on out and support both groups. I think you'll enjoy it. I love basketball season. I'm really excited that this is starting.
Yep. So we ready to roll here?
Looks like we're almost ready to go. The teams are ready for those introductions. We'll be ready for the game to start. Okay, Frank, we're almost ready to go. Starting for Boyertown, number 23, Amber Miller, number 25, Elka Groth, number 31, Jana Topol, 35, Kristen East, and number 41, Angela Noonan. Senior-dominated team, 3 12th graders. And there's the biggest difference, Frank. We're going to be starting 1 9th grader, 2 10th graders. For Norristown, number 11, Jessica Munson, number 34, Tracy DeSano, number 43, Jen Price, number 20, Melissa Kelly, number 24, Nancy Strokowski. And it looks like we're a little bit outsized, Frank. Tip-off controlled by Boyertown. Ball is in the hands of Janet Topol, and it looks like Norristown is in a tight man-for-man. There goes Topol in, bounce pass. And we have a walk on Boyertown. And Frank, that's exactly what pressure can do.
Looks like Boyertown's going full court press right away.
Munson taking the ball in, over to Melissa Kelly. Back to Munson. Norristown looks as though they're going to break the press. Kelly with the ball. There goes the trap into DeSanto underneath. DeSanto on the move. She's got it. Two-pointer DeSanto.
As we said in the pregame show, Tracy plays volleyball and she's used to jumping.
31 is Topol, over to 23, who is Miller. Miller to the top of the key to Groth. Groth over to East. East on the move, left-handed shooter, didn't hit a thing. Ball knocked out of bounds, looked like it was hit by Kelly of Norristown. And it is Boyertown's ball. It'll be number 41, Angela Noonan, taking it in under her basket. Noonan over to East. East comes outside the Topol, cross court. There goes the ball inside at 23. We're going to have a foul on Price. It looks like Boyertown, Frank, wants to get the ball underneath to its big people and get shots from close in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how tight a game the officials call compared to boys' basketball. 41 again is Noonan.
Noonan inbounding over to 35 is East. Coming outside, it's Topol. And Topol backs the ball out up high. Strokowski playing her. Ball over, aimed at Noonan, threw her hands out of bounds. Norristown will take in. Boyertown looks like they will put the pressure on Frank only when after a basket. This is Kelly.
Boy, she's a good ball handler, isn't she?
And I got a question to ask you about this, Frank, in a little bit. There goes Munson on the move. Jessica Munson, ball up, no good. Rebound, back to Munson. We're going to have a foul on number 35, East. Frank, what do you... pretty gutsy move on the part of Coach Koch to turn the reins of a team over to your ninth grader point guard running the attack.
Yeah, Jim, I think you got to look for the ball handlers. Especially the girls now are playing much more aggressive basketball than in the past. They're playing just like the boys, and you have to have people out there who can handle the ball.
That certainly bodes well for the future to have a ninth grader taking over that task. Munson's on the line for two. First shot is off the front of the rim, no good. And Frank, one of our ex-students, I think you had her, Lori Strokowski, just came in, played ball last year, Nancy's sister. Jessica Munson ready with a second one. Up, she's got it. Nothing but net that time. Eagles off to a quick 3-0 lead. No pressure this time. Norristown looks like they're falling back into a zone this time.
Looks like a 2-3 zone, Jim.
Yep. He said they'd play 2-1-2. Oh. Got 41. Basket by Noonan, 41. We have a walk against Norristown. Ball coming back. Noonan's going to take it in. She is number 41. She's in the backcourt with Topol, who looks as though she's the one who sets up the offense. Over to Noonan again. Tied up by Kelly. Possession arrow I can't see. Where's the possession arrow?
I'm not sure there is one.
There has to be one. Where is it?
Maybe it's on the scoreboard. Up there on the main scoreboard, yeah.
Attempted pass in by Kelly, stolen away by East. Here comes Topol down, going all the way this time. Shot is up, no good. Rebound, looks like we're going to have a tie-up between Munson and Topol. We're in there together, Boyertown's ball. Noonan to trigger the ball, comes all the way outside. 25 is Groth. Groth is over to East. East on the dribble to Topol. Topol 31, bounce pass to East. East on the move to Noonan. Noonan back to Topol. Cross court, 23, ball is partially blocked that time by DeSanto. Shot by Angela Miller. Kelly comes up, finds DeSanto. DeSanto almost loses it. There's a battle between Kelly and Topol.
That's our third jump ball, Jim, early in the game.
Oh, I see what they do, Frank.
Yeah,
the possession. Okay. Thank you.
On our new scoreboard.
On our new scoreboard. I'm still used to the arrows. Strokowski handling the ball now. Miller playing her, taking her upside. Bounce pass goes to Munson. Munson loses the ball out of bounds. And those are things you find early on in the year, Frank. A little bit of nervousness. First game of the year. Frank, in our first time out, I'm going to ask you a question about a tradition that we see on both the boys and the girls, and that's that constantly wiping your hands on your sneaker feet.
Is that right?
I want you to give us the origin of that and let us know why they're doing that. If you can't tell us, maybe our scorekeeper here for Zlanda Nogita can help us with that and give us the answer to that. She just cringed. She may not have the answer. But you notice all the players do that now. I don't ever remember doing it. I was afraid of getting gum on them or something.
You know, Jim, you'll recall we saw some girls' games a couple years ago, and I don't remember it being nearly as fast as it is today.
No. The other thing I remember is doing it sitting up in the stands. So we have some recognition now that girls' basketball is coming on.
This game is hardly different from a boys' game.
Miller makes 1 out of 2, tying the score at 3. There's 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first period. Boyertown again in full course pressure. And it's Munson and Kelly. Pressure is broken. Ball goes cross course to Strzkowski on the drive. Have a foul. I think it's going to be on 23, Angela Miller. Good cross-court pass by Kelly. Strzkowski up on the line will be shooting 2. Strzkowski is a 10th grader, made her debut on the varsity last year as a 9th grader, had a successful year. And once again, Frank, Coach Kosh certainly has something to look forward to with a 9th grader, 2 10th graders, and an 11th grader in a starting lineup.
Well, this is his 2nd year, and it usually takes a couple years to build what you want, but Coach Koch seems to be a little ahead of schedule.
First shot bounces off the back of the rim, no good. Strzkowski ready with his second. Shot is up, ball is good. Eagles 5-3 over Boyertown, 5 minutes and 15 seconds left. Here comes Topol back with the ball. Kelly to meet her up high. There's Kelly with a hand in. Strzkowski has the ball on the drive. Topol blocks it away, but we're going to have a foul on Topol.
Nice call.
Good steal by Kelly. Quick hands for the 9th grader.
I'll tell you, Kelly's not afraid of anything out there, is she, Jim?
No.
She really mixes it up.
Munson to trigger the inbound, comes to Strzkowski. Strzkowski on the dribble, finds Kelly. Topol playing her. Looks like Boyertown's in a man-to-man. Or is that a proper term to use?
Yeah.
I may have to change my terminology. Shot by Strzkowski, off the rim, no good. Good boxing out by Boyertown. Noonan with a rebound. Coming down court. Pass goes into East. Good fast break. We're going to have a foul Norristown. Let's see who's the foul on. Foul is on Munson. And that's East on a good feed in there on a fast break. Boyertown had lost a point somehow at 5-4. That's right, 5-4 Boyertown. East on the foul line. Shot is up. She's got it. Boyertown leads in the early going by 2. Once again, full court, but it's not really full court pressure because Groth drops back. There's DeSanto under the Price. We're going to have a foul. We have walking. Pass coming into Price. Price with the walk. And there's a case, remember, you have to shoot with your first effort, you know?
Yeah, you can't. These girls are much faster than
Here comes Noonan again. Bounce pass goes over. Jump shot. That's Kristen East, 12th grader. She looks like she has a pretty sharp eye. DeSanto on the miss, DeSanto on the rebound. Shot no good again. Rebound is by 23, Amber Miller. Miller over to Topol. Ball blocked away by Kelly. Kelly battles out of bounds. Boyertown ball. Another scrappy play by 9th grader Melissa Kelly. Noonan to inbound over to Topol. Boyertown by 5, 3:57 left. It would not surprise me to see Coach Kosh get a timeout pretty soon. Noonan with a bounce pass over to East. East cross court to Noonan. Noonan with a shot up, no good. Rebound by East. East underneath, no good. Battle Munson has the boards on the dribble, calls for Kelly, gives Kelly the ball. Kelly on the dribble, finds Strzkowski through her hands, and that's the second time we've seen that happen with the Norristown girls.
I'll tell you, Jim, Boyertown's really a good rebounding team.
They're also a pretty good size, Frank.
Yeah.
I think they outsize us.
Well, they certainly do.
Noonan with the ball over to Topol. Topol back to Noonan. Noonan looks for Miller, doesn't have her. Over to East, back to Noonan. Noonan's at the top of the key now. There's Miller with a fake to Noonan. Noonan forces the jumper. It's no good. Ball goes out of bounds. It's Norristown's ball.
I was wondering when they would try to shoot over Kelly because she's not that tall.
Munson coming into Kelly. Kelly on the dribble. There it goes to DeSanto. DeSanto has the open shot. She's got it. Tracy DeSanto with 4. That's all right. Strakowski playing Noonan. There's DeSanto on Miller. Bothering her quite a bit. Battling for the ball. Out of bounds. I don't think either official saw that, Frank.
No,
I know we couldn't. We were blocked out. Call us for Boyertown. Ball comes to Noonan. Strakowski playing her. Watch that defense. She's watching her legs.
Yeah.
You see that? Of course, it's a smart move because that's going to tell you where the player's going. There's Noonan. Noonan over to Miller. Miller on the dribble. Back to Noonan up high. Bounce pass goes over to East. East on the fake. Stops. Jump shot up. She's got it.
Nice shot.
Move to the right. Boyertown 11. Norristown 6. 2:18 left. Should be 11 to 6, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I would think there's something wrong with the scoring.
Okay, Boyertown inbounding. Noonan and Topol coming down court. 2:07, 2:06. It's Topol over to Noonan. Here comes East on the drive on Munson. East looks...
Boy, Jim, they set up nice plays. You can see the pattern develop.
Kristen East is a very nice player. There's Strakowski with a shot. It's off, no good. Battle for the boards. Tracy DeSanto tries to save it to Munson. There's a battle. There's the tie-up.
And another jump ball.
Noonan and Kelly on the tie-up. Coming in for Boyertown is number 45, Jennifer Moser. And for the Lady Eagles, number 4, Lardita Rideout, who replaces Jen Price, which actually makes Norristown a smaller team. 1:34 left.
I think
Noonan
the
on the
difference might
dribble.
be speed, though.
Noonan handling the ball, goes in the corner. 25 is Groth.
Well, I think the answer is Rideout is expected to play really good defense.
We have a foul on Rideout. Boyertown will be inbounding under its own hoop. 41 is Noonan. Comes over to East. East comes out to Topol. Goes across court. And that's a set play, Frank.
Yeah.
And it works to perfection. Set play on Boyertown.
They're a well-drilled team,
Boyertown
Jim.
lead 14, but something wrong with that scoreboard. 14-6. I'm not sure that's right. The battle again.
And another jump ball.
And the possession's going to... Boyertown side of the possession goes to Norristown. It'll be Munson triggering the inbound. Over to Strakowski. She's open for the shot. Art, she's got it. Foul is on East. That's Nancy Strakowski. High arch on that ball, Frank.
I'll tell you, Jim, these girls are really running. You know, they're running as much as the boys. It's really an exciting game. It's a shame we can't get more people out here to watch these games.
Frank, don't get us arrested for being patronizing. I'm kidding you. Strakowski.
Well, as I said, when we watched girls basketball years ago, it wasn't anything like this.
No, I told you, I can remember. And I think it must have been depressing for the girls, you know, Frank. I don't think I would have liked being a guard all the time, never to get to shoot the ball, you know.
Yeah.
And this way, you know, the girls have to be all-around athletes, and that's really good. Munson, we're going to have a double dribble, and that's a good call. Scoreboard shows 14-9, Frank, but we think there's a point missing
I think
here.
it's 15-9.
We're going to chase our trusted statistician for Islanda here across the court at the end of the period to check that out. Number 21, who I don't have listed. That's interesting. I have no idea who this is.
But they have Rideout on East, hoping Rideout will have a little more speed, I think, to play better defense against her.
Boyertown coming down. 41 seconds left. Norristown trailing by 4. Here comes Jen Price back in for Lardita right out. Do you try to hold on to the ball, Frank, or do you try to get a basket right away and hope you can get a steal?
Well, 14-9. It's difficult to judge because the scores don't come as fast as in a boys' game.
There goes Munson. Shot is up. Nothing. 25 is Groth. On the rebound, we'll have a tie-up.
Another jump
Melissa
ball.
Kelly goes in there. It's Boyertown's ball, but a smart play by Melissa Kelly.
Going
Ball
into the
comes to
full
Noonan.
court press.
Oh, Price
And
with
it
a steal.
works.
Price with the steal, but she was off balance.
She looked like the ball almost knocked the wind out of her.
Full court pressure here. Noonan with the ball. DeSanto back playing safety just in case. There's 21, who I can't call by name because I have no idea who she is. Noonan on the dribble, comes over to number 21. Ball goes back to Noonan. Noonan stops for the jumper, it's no good. Battle for the boards. And Frank, you can begin to see it looks like the Boyertown girls get pretty good position on those rebounds, both on their own boards and on the offensive boards.
Oh, they're certainly a well-drilled team.
4 seconds left, 4.3 really. There goes the shot up, no good. There goes Kelly's not going to get the shot off at the end of the first period. Shows Norristown 14-9, trailing Boyertown.
And we think it's 15-9, right?